I'm reading the poems of Thoreau, page 237. Dull water fog. This is called fog. Dull water spirit and protean god, descended cloud fast anchored to the earth, that draweth too much air for shallow coast. Thou ocean branch that flowest to the sun, incense of earth perfumed with flowers, spirit of lakes and rivers, seas and rills, come to revisit now thy native scenes. Night thoughts of earth, dream drapery, dew cloth and fairy napkin, thou wind-blown meadow of the air. Brother, new poem. Brother, where doth thou dwell? Brother, where doth thou dwell? What sun shines for thee now? Dost thou indeed farewell, as we wished here below? What seasons didst thou find? 'Twas winter here. Are not the fates more kind than they appear? Is thy brow clear again, as in thy youthful years? And was that ugly pain the summit of thy fears? Yet thou wast cheery still, they could not quench thy fire. Thou didst abide their will, and then retire. Where chiefly shall I look to feel thy presence near? Along the neighboring brook may I thy voice still hear? Dost thou still haunt the brink of yonder river's tide? And may I ever think that thou art at my side? What bird wilt thou employ to bring me word of thee? For it would give them joy, 'twould give them liberty to serve their former lord with wing and minstrelsy. A sadder strain has mixed with their song. They have slowlier built their nest, since thou art gone, their lively labor rest. Where is the finch, the thrush I used to hear? Oh, they could well abide the dying year. Now they no more return, I hear them not, they have remained to mourn, or else forgot. Remember, his brother died, and his brother was cheery, a full of life, and I guess humorous. Brother, where doth thou dwell? This is my carnac, whose unmeasured dome. This is my carnac, whose unmeasured dome shelters the measuring art and measurer's home. Behold these flowers, let us be up with time, not dreaming of 3,000 years ago. Erect ourselves and let those columns lie, not stoop to raise a foil against the sky. Where is the spirit of that time but in this present day? Perchance the present line, 3,000 years ago, are not gone. They are still lingering in this morning, summer morning. The Memnon's mother sprightly greets us now, wearing her youthful radiance on her brow. The Carnac's columns still stand on the plain to enjoy opportunities that remain. Love equals swift and slow. Love equals swift and slow, and high and low, racer and lame, the hunter and his game. Hmm. Hmm. Though all the fates should prove unkind, though all the fates should prove unkind, leave not their native land behind. The ship becalmed at length stands still, the steed must rest beneath the hill, but swiftly still our fortunes pace, to find us out in every place. The vessel through her mast though her mast be firm, beneath her copper bears a worm. Around the cape across the line, till fields of ice her course confine. It matters not how smooth the breeze, how shallow or how deep the seas, whether she bears Manila twain, or in her hold Madeira wine, or China teas, or Spanish hides. In Portler quarantine she rides, far from New England's bustling shore. New England's worm her hulk shall bore, and sink her in the Indian oceans. Twine, wine, and hides, and China teas. Manhood. I love to see the man, a long-lived child, as yet uninjured by all worldly taint, as the fresh infant whose whole life is play. 'Tis a serene spectacle for a serene day, but better still I love to contemplate the mature soul of a lesser innocence, who hath travelled far on life's dusty road, far from the starting point of infancy, and proudly bears his small degeneracy blazoned on his memorial standard high, who from the sad experience of his fate, since his bark struck on that unlucky rock, has proudly steered his life with his own hands. Though his face harbours less of innocence, yet there do chiefly lurk within its depths furrowed by care, but yet all overspread with the ripe bloom of a self-wrought content, noble resolves which do reprove the gods, and it doth more assert man's eminence above the happy level of the brute, and more doth advertise me of the heights to which no natural path doth ever lead. No natural light can ever light our steps, but the far-piercing ray that shines from the recesses of a brave man's eye. Hmm. What do you think? Hmm. Hmm. It's too hard to understand. Between the traveler and the setting sun. Hmm. Between the traveler and the setting sun, upon some drifting sand heap of the shore, a hound stands over the carcass of a man. Remember, they saw a shipwreck, apparently. They went to the shipwreck. Wow, what happened there? Nature. O nature, I do not aspire to be the highest in thy choir, to be a meteor in the sky, or comet that may range on high, only a zephyr that may blow among the reeds by the river low. Give me thy most privy place, where to run my airy race. In some withdrawn unpublic mead let me sigh upon a reed, or in the woods, with leafy din, whisper the still evening in, for I had rather be thy child and pupil in the forest wild, than be the king of men elsewhere, and most sovereign slave of care. To have one moment of thy dawn, then share the city's year forlorn. Some still work give me to do, only be it near to you. That's a nature poem. He wants to be the breeze, the zephyr, blowing on the reed. He wants to blow on Rumi's reed pipe, reed flute, nay. He wants to be the air blowing on Rumi's nay. We're reading from Nature poem in the portable. It's portable. This book is portable. Portable Thoreau. You could take it on your kayak if you don't get it wet. Carl Bode, edited. Penguin Book. The poetry of Thoreau.